Hello, it's Mr. Bry-Bry Hentai here, bringing you a deck profile for a deck I picked up on as of late. Tindangles. They're a flip effect archetype of Dark Fiends debuting in Extreme Force. So if this deck interests you, you can pick up some Extreme Force and pull their stuff, or just buy their cards online. I know, I bought a box, pre-ordered a box. It's going to be shipping out on the 2nd. I'm really excited because this is a stupid fun deck. I'm going to jump right in. We run one Subterra Behemoth, Phosphor Glacier, flip effect, just send one from deck to grave. And then they have the Subterra gimmick, where when a monster you control is flipped face down, you control no face up monsters, you can just special sub. And then once per turn you can just set it. It's real nice. It's not that hard to bring it out because you're running stuff like Koinorma, but really I don't feel like running it as more than one. 3 Hound. Hound is going to be your main slapper of the deck. A flip effect, target another face-up monster on the field, so this includes your own. And this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack, then set the monster. And then if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, sent to the grave, target a set monster on the field and flip it. Generally speaking, you're not going to be using that last effect unless you really need to. You can. It helps. It helps occasionally, because then you can go and force some of your effects like Angel, or if you have a set intruder and you want to search right then. Run adds 3. It's really easy to bring out. It's a big slapper. Use it on another 25. You now have 5k slapper, so it's very helpful for beating over some big old scary mons. 1 Subterra Behemoth Umerstrix. You can target a monster your opponent controls and banish it for its flip effect. And then the Subterra gimmick. Flip face down, you now have face up, you can special it, and then once per turn set it. Honestly, you could run it as more than one. You could run this instead of a Phosphor Glacier if you really wanted to, but this deck does send a little bit because they got graveyard effects, they got really powerful cards that you can search by doing stuff in the grave, so generally speaking, you want to run the one Phosphor Glacier. It's like running a second Foolish Burial. It helps. But you can run it as more than one, if that's what you so desire. 3 Intruder. This is going to be your, I feel like it's going to be the main player. I feel like it's the main player. Well, I can't necessarily say that, because that's more Angel's job, but it's there. Flip effect, add a Tindangle. If this card is normal summoned, you can send a Tindangle card from deck to grave. So this will include your Tindangle DoaNE, which I'll get to later. And then if a monster is special summoned face down defense, you can just special summon this card from your grave and face down defense. You can only do that once, but hey, you just got a free intruder from the grave. It's really helpful. It can set up for some nice rank 6 plays if you already, given that you already have an intruder on board. But I mean, you could also do that with I suppose there aren't any more 6s in here. No matter, no worry. They're easy enough to bring out. You'll be able to make rank 6s, no problem. Next card is Tindangle Base Gardener. I'm not particularly fond of this card, but it is good-ish. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's got more cards coming out in, I think, Flames of Destruction that go and support Base Gardener specifically. But if you control a set monster, you can special it, and then you can only special summon it once per turn that way. If a monster is normal special summoned to a zone an opponent's link monster points to while this card is on the field, you contribute this special summon a Tindangle from your hand or deck in attack or face down defense. You're really going to be using that latter part quite a bit. It's nice and easy on the special summon. So, I don't know why I don't like this card. I just really don't like it. It might be the card art. Its card art is just there. It's just there. I don't like it. It's not a very appealing card art, but hey, it's got a decent effect, so that's alright. Run adds 3. 3 Tindangle Angel. I said earlier that Intruder was the player, but nah, this is the player. Flip effect, special summon a flip monster from your hand or grave and face down defense except an angel. Then if this effect is activated during the battle phase, end the battle phase. This is going to be your star player, your MVP, or at least just the catalyst of your plays. Because you can use this to bring out your hounds, and then combo into that to bring in your intruders. It just special summons your flip monsters, okay? Any of these monsters, except for Base Garden, that can be summoned off of Angel. It's nice. Now, you notice that some of these mons are either glass cannons, like 2500 attack, 0 defense, or more beefy, 0 attack, 2300 defense. There's no middle ground. Next card, you want to run Angel as 3. Don't run it as a 2. Next card, Tindangle Apostle. Flip effect, you can change up to 3 set monsters you control to face up defense, and if they're all Tindangles, add that many Tindangle cards from your deck to your hand. So basically, if this thing gets flipped and you have face down mons, you will get their flip effects, and you get to search Tindangle cards for everyone you got. Real helpful early game for getting your DoaNEs or your monsters in your hand. But later game, I don't think it helps, because there's really not too many Tindangle cards. They have to say cards, because there's not too many Tindangle spell traps. And I like it, but it's there. I don't know, it's just like the same feelings I have with Base Card now. I know it's good. I know it's helpful, but I don't want to believe it. I don't know what it is either. But hey, you get up to 3 searches, and that's real good. It's probably because my opponents always attack the stuff I don't want flipped before this, but that's just luck. 3 Prediction Princess Koinorma. A flip effect, special summon level 3 or higher flip from your hand or deck of face down defense. But you can't activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except Prediction Princesses. So you can chain Koinorma to Koinorma. You can stack Koinormas, but that's about it. You will not get any more flip effects after this thing. So, generally speaking, your first turn is going to be setting this thing and passing, along with maybe a couple spell traps. But a lot of times it's just set Koinorma pass, or maybe set Angel pass. Now let's get to the spells. 3 Allure. I'm not sure if you knew this, but all the Tindangles are Dark Fiends. Run Allure, it's a good draw card. 2 Foolish Burial of Belongings. Foolish Burial Goods. You want to use this, send stuff like Nagel's Protection, or Tindangle DoaNE, or Euler's Circuit if you so desire. Just send a spell trap from the deck to the grave, and you can only activate 1. That's cool. Foolish Burial, send your monsters, send Intruder in particular. 2 Book of Eclipse. This card. I mean, it's not good because it gives your opponent draws, but it's good because it sets all your things. You could drop this if you wanted to. You could drop this and replace it with some other spicy cards, but I like Book of Eclipse in here. It's actually helped me out a lot more than I originally thought it would. So I run it as 2. You don't have to run it as 2. 3 Nagel's Protection. Tindangles in your main monster zone can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Yay! The first spot of damage a Tindangle monster would do to your opponent is doubled. Yay! You can banish this card from your grave, discard a Tindangle, add Nagel's Protection. Yay! You can search it. It gives blanket protection to all of your Tindangles. It doubles battle damage. Get you a girl that can do anything, man. This card, I freaking love it. I love it. You need to have 3. I almost considered running Left Arm Offering to search it out even faster. So if you truly felt like it, you could drop Eclipses for your left arms and get them protections. Dueling Circuit. It's the field spell. While you have 3 or more Tindangles, your opponent can't attack. Kinda neat. Knocks your opponent out of attacking. Once per turn during a standby phase, target a Tindangle you control and give it to your opponent. Generally not a good idea, but their Link monster sort of makes use of that. And then you can banish this card. You can banish this card from the grave. Discard a Tindangle. Add a Dueling Circuit. But I don't like the idea of giving stuff to my opponent. But if you bust out the Acute Cerberus, it's helpful to just go and quickly give a weak Tindangle, like an attack position Angel, Apostle, or Base Gardener, and just give it to your opponent and put it in Acute Cerberus' zone. That's really the only use it has outside of blocking your opponent from attacking. Very helpful, especially since it's easy to amass Tindangles and keep board presence with Nagel's protection, protecting your stuff. 1 deck Devastation Virus. Tribute a dark with 2,000 or more. Check your opponent's hand and all monsters and all cards they draw. And destroy any monster with 1,500 or less to attack. Again, it's a dark type and you're running some pretty beefy darks. 3 Intruder, 3 Hound. So running this as at least a 1-of is generally a good idea. You could bump it up to 2 and drop an Eclipse. You do you, but I run it as 1. A 1 Fiend Griefing. Target a monster in opponent's grave, shuffle into the deck, then send a Fiend from your deck to the grave. Use this. Banish a thing. Send Intruder. That's generally what you're going to do with it. Unless you run into it late game, then you can probably go and send something like, I don't know, Hound if you still have Angels. 2 Magical Hats. This card is silly. Just to choose during your opponent's battle phase, choose 2 spell or traps from your deck and summon them as normal monsters in face down defense. And then choose a monster, and then you shuffle around the 2 spells and the 1 monster you chose. And then you essentially just play Magical Hats with your Now I almost laughed when I started playing this card, but it's actually a surprisingly useful card for the deck because you're able to use Nagel's Protections or DoaNEs as your spell monsters. So I run it as 2 of. Tindangle DoaNE? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. When you take battle damage while you have 3 or more Tindangles with different names in your grave, destroy the attacking monster. It's a battle trap. And if you do, you're supposed to summon an Acute Cerberus from your extra deck. And then if you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can banish this card, target 3 Tindangles with different names, and special summon them. I don't use this to special summon Acute Cerberus very often. Heck, I don't even go into Acute Cerberus very often. More often than not, I go into Subterra Behemoth Fiendus. So this, I will most likely use for that last effect. Banish it from your grave, target 3 Tindangles. You're going to be using this thing to SS things from the grave. It's great. Now the extra deck on this is very nice because it's very flexible. Fiendus, it's a good link monster for flip effect monsters. Acute Cerberus, it gains attack if you have 3 Tindangles with different names, including a base card. You can do whatever you want with the extra deck. Just run these 2, maybe run a Decode Talker, run rank 6s, 4s, whatever you want. Extra deck's nice and versatile. That's all. If you want to check out the deck, you can pick up some Extreme Force when it comes out. But this is a real fun deck, and I suggest you don't overlook it. This is BBH, done.